If you want to create a new column based on the values in another one, you can use the conditional column option here in your add column tab. So this creates a new column and allows you to kind of create if then else type syntax to choose what the output should be. So I'm going to give it a new column name. The scenario here actually is that we've got some zip codes, and Microsoft, we're based in 98052, which is in Redmond in Washington. And so we're going to create a new column to determine whether or not our sales were to a local customer or a regional customer or somewhere else, based on their zip code. So this is going to be, or maybe we'll call it customer location. And so we're going to start to fill out the fields across each of these rules and build up this if then else type statement. So we're going to say, well, if our zip code starts with 980, then we know they're really local. They've got to be within a few miles of us. So we'll call them local. And I can choose whether I want to type in a value to use as the output, use the value of another column, or even a parameter that might have been added to this query. So first, that will get evaluated. And if it doesn't match that zip code, then we'll run the next one. So else if our zip code begins with just 98, then we'll say, OK, it's in our rough region. Otherwise, call the customer an other customer. So the order of these rules is important. They'll get evaluated in this order. And you can use this ... menu on the right-hand side to reorder these, move them up and down if you get that wrong. So here, we'll check the zip code. If it matches this, then they'll be local. Otherwise, if it matches this, they'll be regional. Otherwise, we'll classify them as other. So I'll hit OK. And you'll see now this has started to operate on each of the columns here. So obviously, all these ones over in France, they've been marked as other. Let's just filter this down just to show our local and regional customers are being identified properly. So our local customers, actually there's a zip code over in France that matches that as well. So maybe we need to add some more rules to say, you know, if that zip code is 98 and the region is not, or the country is not France. But otherwise you can see the ones in Washington in the US, they're being marked as regional. And we'll see our further local customers from particular zip codes nearby further down in the list. So I can use this conditional column to do things like tagging customers in different ways, or changing values based on maybe grouping values together, or binning values if you wanted to say people with a particular high sales amount over a certain amount. I could use that conditional column to do that. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you might use this. And it helps by just giving you that nice, easy, simple UX for building these rules and for managing for managing the order in which those rules get evaluated and the values against which they get checked. That's it.